press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from All India Bakchod.
Hello and welcome to the AIB podcast. Hello.
Hi.
We are doing a new podcast today, guys, and our guest today comes from the family of Prithviraj Kapoor,
Right.
Raj Kapoor, Rishi Kapoor, Ranbir Kapoor, Kareena Kapoor, and Krishna Kapoor.
How come you mentioned Ranbir Kapoor of all people?
As is there, Wikipedia has.
Yeah.
My question.
But
to
what
you,
about like Shami Kapoor and Shashi Kapoor?
Shashi Kapoor. My question to you, Ranbir, is: do you believe nepotism existed in Bollywood?
I'm a disarming product of it. Do you? Of course it exists, man. I mean, I'm sitting here next to you.
It'll be tough for you to say no.
Yeah.
It would be awkward.
Yeah, see, I have a simple take on nepotism. I believe that my great-grandfather worked really hard to give his children a platform, and so on and so forth.
And also Chembur a platform.
And yeah.
Yes.
And
He's
yes.
the only person.
Yes. All of that together. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I became an actor because of my family, because I got the opportunities, and so the thing is that you don't really get credit for your success, because everyone just looks down upon your success. No, they're like,
It's taken you exactly. It has taken you exactly 45 seconds to start complaining about how amazing your life is. Wow, 45 seconds, guys. New record on the AIB podcast.
Quickest victimhood on
Yeah.
the podcast. Very nice.
You're just like, you're saying the right things, and then
No, that's not true. I mean, you are widely regarded as one of the best actors.
no, I mean, see, this is my prototype answer for nepotism.
Yeah,
so I
sure.
have to say it.
Yeah. Staple answer. Staple answer.
Acha, ratta laga hoga.
Ratta
Take it,
laga.
not. But then when people say that it doesn't exist, do you look at like them and go like,
Do you call them and say hello?
See, the thing is, it's very simple. I believe that every actor which talks about anything serious is pointless, because people don't take what actors say that seriously. It is just for effect, and it's show business, and it's, you know, it's
Amitabh Bachchan.
Yeah.
sorry.
Folio.
Why would you mention his name?
Folio. People listen to
Yeah.
this pain. People
Okay,
listen.
must be, but I feel that all this, like, if a star kid is talking about nepotism, it doesn't matter what he says, man.
Yeah, fair.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Good save.
Good save, good save. Yeah. First complain and then say, but guys, my answer doesn't matter, guys.
It hurts.
I'm a big promoter of the film.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
So
It's helping a
thank-
lot.
We
The
know.
thing is, it has taken so long
helping a lot.
that if the trailer hadn't been
Amazing.
people
Yeah.
will
Like,
"तुम
क्या shoot
क्या
कर
कर रहे हो?"
No, forget trailer had not been amazing. It had gotten to a length of time where if the trailer had not come out, I'd be like, Ranbir joke कर रहा है, वो 3 साल से चिर कर रहा है. Actually, like कोई picture है नहीं.
Actually, the inside joke on the film was like, because Abraham was born on the time when the shoot started, so we were counting the time it took by his age.
You know how weird it is for you. How is it when people ask you 3 years ago saying क्या चल रहा है आजकल? Just shooting Jagga. सबका 4
Oh,
picture
I
release.
used to lie. Like, whenever I'm shooting for Jagga in the last 2 years, I used to lie about some other film. I never said I was shooting for Jagga, because people used to ask me the same question, and I can't really defend the film all the time. So I should say, no, I'm shooting Tamasha, Patchwork, I'm doing like Bombay Velvet ka promotion.
It's one of those, no, like when you get divorced, it's like, where's your wife? Oh, she's busy. She's
Yeah, was that one?
coming
Coming from
only.
the market.
She's
She has a new catering business.
Yeah.
What's his process like though, that it takes him this, because
Fucking
Barfi
20
also took, because I
years.
remember you working on Filmfare when you were doing Barfi, and that also it felt like 2 Filmfares
Yeah,
happened
yeah.
before it came. So
Yeah.
what is his process?
I mean,
like?
it's disorganized chaos. You know,
Okay.
there is no AD system, there's no script, there's no schedule. He'll cancel us a 40-day schedule on the 3rd day because he feels that it's not working. Like when Barfi started, the character that I was playing was supposed to be very intense and serious. After 10 days, he suddenly comes to me and says, "मजा नहीं आ रहा यार, you know, ये बहुत मतलब serious film हो रही है. Let's try and make it more fun." And that's when the chaplain and all started coming in. So that's how he is. See, the thing is that now Barfi was successful, so we forgive that process.
Yeah.
So if Jagga Jasoos doesn't work, I don't think it can be, this process can be forgiven, because it's irresponsible.
Yeah.
You know, for other people's time, money, the other producers waiting for you.
You're also producing this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big mistake, first and last time, and wrong person to produce a film with, you know, because you have no control, and it just makes you feel useless, you know, because he's running the production, he's running everything.
I'm not sure if you're promoting the
Yeah.
film that great.
Yeah.
If you said, यार script नहीं है, पहले 10 दिन ऐसे ही हम झक मारा रहे थे. Like, I don't know if this is.
Yeah, because the thing is, I can't take credit for anything in this film, as same with Barfi, because when I saw Barfi a week before, I was shocked. I didn't expect it to be good, or I didn't expect myself to be good. So I'm expecting the same to happen with this one also. You know, see, Basu's process, the 2 different processes, because his music and his CG and all just completely changes the film. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy that I produced this film. I don't know much about me acting in the film, but like if I'm good or not. But I think I'm happy to produce a film like this in India.
But actually, how was that like? Because when Bombay Velvet, the whole fucking brouhaha was happening, how do you go from that to going on set saying, holy shit, ये करना भी है, but fuck all भी लग रहा है, oh fuck, मेरा ही तो पैसा लग रहा है इसके ऊपर. But how does that process work?
That period was very hard, yeah, because you know, see, to be honest, I never felt success. At the same time, I never felt failure. But especially during Bombay Velvet, like messages didn't stop for at least a month, you know, and there were condolence messages, you know, like we are with you. You know? So after a week, I got scared, you know. Then I remember asking Katrina, I was like, listen, am I that badly screwed? Because I'm finding it's fine.
But you had your moment of fuck, what the fuck is happening?
Of course, you know. Then Amir Khan's coming to my house, Karan Johar's coming to my house. All this is happening.
No, the second Amir Khan comes, you know, it's serious.
So
Candlelight must बाकी नहीं.
आज इस सीजन का एक एपिसोड तेरे पे होगा रणबीर, तेरे पे होगा.
There is an extra hug of 30 seconds, you know. So you're finding all this weird, you know, like what is happening. But to be honest, like, you know, I'm very spoiled also because of the kind of people I'm working with. So I'm not taking that pressure, okay, you know, I'm screwed. You know, I'm very happy with the kind of work, and if I fail, I still have some opportunities. I'll still try, but it has never come to a point saying that, oh, I'm really fucked now. What's going to happen? You know, thankfully that's not happened to me.
But this happened back to back. First Velvet happened, and then when Adil happened, then everybody came home again saying, I'm sorry about the whole Fawad thing. Did you ever call Fawad and say, Behzod, why the fuck were you in this movie?
Not at all. I love Fawad as an actor. I love his contribution in the film. And I remember before the release, there were all these Fox meetings and what should we do, Fawad, and you know, ye ho raha hai, and you know, everyone was coming out of anger and all. But listen, this is talent, man. This is art, you know, and there is no politics and there is no. He's not done anything. We've not done anything, you know.
Not saying like you like felt like a vendetta, but like before going to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning for 1 second, it was you. Like, did you think that? Like for 1 minute, it's okay.
It was really fun when we did the Hindi medium से पहले हम इरफान सर से podcast कर रहे थे. It was really funny. I was like, कुछ आया नहीं क्या? Co-actor पाकिस्तान से बता मत notice दिया.
रईस के टाइम पे भी दिया था.
I remember a week before release, like people were really considering. I mean, telling Karan very seriously, just reshoot his portion. Now people don't understand filmmaking takes time, and even that portion has taken like 3-4 months. So people say no, reshoot it, but it's fine. Nothing happened. You know, he's a great talent, and I think his contribution is also huge. He's got a huge fan following, irrespective of the political climate. And yeah, I never felt like, you know, like he fucked us over or anything.
Do you feel like the less hotter person in the room while he's there?
For sure, and especially Karan. Karan's obsessed with him, you know. Like you have no idea the kind of love he feels for him, you know. When like suddenly when he was on set, me and Anushka were pushed aside, and suddenly he's giving him direction, and suddenly she turned to me and Anushka. Yeah, go ahead. That was it. But with Fawad, he was giving him layers, and you know, like his costume was being worked on, and his beard just trimmed this side, his hair a little bit more body, you know, all that shit was happening. You know?
उसका 10 मिनट का रोल था.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
We were badly treated on the film.
But you are of course now doing promotions. We are the first in line today, thankfully.
Yes.
Because the rest of the day is going to be, how was it working with Katrina after breakup?
Yes.
11 times over.
Yes.
What is the worst, like is it annoying to deal with the media after a point?
It used to be. Now I'm actually having fun with it, you know, because I don't care that much anymore. You know, at one point I used to care what I'll say, you know, how my words are going to get misconstrued, what people are going to take from it. But now I've realized, irrespective of what I say, I am going to get misconstrued. Correct. So, you know, just don't care about it. Yeah, the questions I'm asked all the time is about Katrina and how's it working with her, nepotism, about my flops. You know, I mean, I'm still talking about Bombay Velvet and Besharam and Roy.
और भी हैं.
You know, thankfully they asked me a lot about Sanjay Dutt now, the biopic. So at least something about my work and about my dad's tweets. You know, these are like these are the
Coming, which
and why am I not on social media? You know, these are the prototype questions I answer every time, and I try and, you know, make a new screenplay out of things, you know, new answers. But Guma Phira ke it comes back to the honest truth, ke what it is, you know.
Because see, our process, all journalists and ours also is पहले Wikipedia पढ़ो. Key headline.
I don't know.
Strangely, Wikipedia has Shah Rukh Khan headlining Jaga Jasoos. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Like I was asked this question in Abu Dhabi yesterday, is Shah Rukh Khan in the film? And
You're right though. No. Because today, I just looked up Jaga Jasoos, like on not even like just the Google search for Jaga Jasoos. His, you know, those Google characters, credits that come. Shah Rukh's the first thing that pops up on
I
that
think
also.
because Shah Rukh was in Tubelight now, it is assumed कि Shah Rukh side में 10-12 picture कर लेता है एक scene के लिए. Okay, so now we have to do something different now because the pressure is on us. So we have to go somewhere else.
God damn it.
अलग से. Okay.
I just like killed 6 questions of yours.
Yeah, man.
6 questions.
हमने bold करके रखे हुए थे.
अब 1 घंटे में हो जाएगा.
We thought you were being original.
Cringiest thing you've done for love.
Cringiest?
Cringiest thing you've done for love or to get laid.
Okay.
We will go across the room so you can think of things.
I remember this was in the 7th grade. So, you know, at that time, the big thing was the terrace party in someone's building where everyone comes together and, you know, there's biryani made and, you know, mixtapes and, you know. out of like 8 of your friends, you're the only person who's dating someone, so you're the hero. You know,
You're dating someone in 7th?
Yeah, I was like in love in the 7th grade.
Oh, shit.
So I remember at that time, a woman used to tell me that she was also in the 7th grade, if I don't cry, I'm not mature. Like only if you cry, you're mature. Otherwise, you're immature. So I didn't get that. So I remember we were on the ledge and I hadn't even held her hand. Like I was so shy, I used to make my best friend call her on conference so I could talk to her. Like I didn't have game to like call her and say, hey, what's up? So I remember at that time, I didn't even hold her hand and she's crying and she's saying, I don't know why I'm doing this, and I don't know what she was saying. And then the most cliche way, I was like this on the ledge, I looked at her, I gave her my hand and said, now do you trust me?
Oh, wow. Damn.
God,
I
it
cringe
was
a
so
little bit.
cheesy, but she fell for it, man. I kissed that day.
इसमें दो चीजें
Yeah, that was the first kiss?
First kiss, 7th grade.
Nice.
One is कि 7th में हम साला flames कर रहे होते थे, ठीक है? Not this.
Not this.
Third, sad things about terrace party, that is our cool party now.
That's all.
Exactly.
I don't go
Two
to
layers
bars
of
anymore.
sadness have just come out.
Exactly.
Cringiest thing to get laid or in love, cringiest thing in love?
I can't think of anything particularly cringy, but I do remember that in all my attitude, at the age of 15, I got into a long distance relationship.
Oh, wow.
At the tender age
That's
of 15.
mature, bro.
It's very
Nice.
mature. So
Yeah.
all the emotions, none of the
Yeah.
this thing. So it's great. And I remember I had this thing of being 15 before mobile. So what I used to do, I used to lie to my mom, saying I'm going for a walk for my health, और मैं जाके STD booth पे खड़ा रहता था. And I used to do that thing. Night was cheaper. Right, STD.
fuck,
So I used to stand, used to talk, looking at that ticker over there. And the second it got to 20 rupees,
Nice.
done.
Is it weird? Like, so we're all fans of literature, okay?
Yeah.
We're all
Yeah.
we're all
Literature?
Yeah,
Well
we're
read,
voracious
well
readers.
Literally people,
Okay.
voracious
Well-read people.
readers.
Like one of Rohan's favorite books to read is Blind Items by
Blind Item.
by Rajiv.
Love it.
Rajiv.
Can't.
Have you? You
Love it.
seem like a fan of Blind Items. Do you read Blind Items?
Of course I do, because what happens is 9 out of those 10 blind items, people think they are me. Like of all those blind items. Kuch bhi, matlab, if it's about 2 girls also, people will think that it's me disguised as a
Or
guy.
the young actress who married the son of the film financier
Yes.
in today's paper. Ranbir.
I've actually been asked,
Yeah.
like stuff which it's not been true. But blind items is like really the scum of the earth. I can understand when you hide behind a source and a question mark and you give names.
Yeah.
But blind item, matlab, तुम्हारी इतनी फट गई है कि you can't even say that because you know it's coming from, it's all a lie.
Sorry, Rajiv.
Yeah, and I've messaged Rajiv many a times because sometimes it's very clearly implied that it's me. Like once there was a blind item about this new star kid who has a red sports car, who was caught outside reclamation buying drugs, and then he called a builder friend to bail him out who paid 25 lakhs of rupees. I sold my red sports car long back.
Oh no! Do you feel weird when you see your family or loved ones written about? Because you're at the center of the industry. Is it weird to constantly see gossip about you and family all the time?
There is no gossip about my family. Like I know that people, what I find really weird is when they get my parents involved about my relationship. Like my mother's disapproving, or my father said this, my mother's getting some arranged marriage fixed in London. That's what pisses me off, because I think my dad and my mom have worked hard enough to kind of garner some respect in their life, and it's not worth it, not to like drag them, right? Whatever you want about me, but not them.
Is the gossip ever true about anyone? It must be.
It's
must
not.
be a
It's
smoking
not
gun.
anymore. क्या है कि also because of paparazzi, social network, and
I love that you said it social network. That's when you know you're not on
not on
social
social
media.
okay, and media, सबकी फट गई है. So people are not doing shit. People are not having affairs. People are not doing masti. So now you need to fill pages, no? So people are making up shit. So currently, everything that's written, most of it is untrue.
I don't know whether you're being naive or you're covering for your friends because people are not having affairs. Like
no.
affairs have ceased to exist.
It has, I'm telling you.
In social media.
It's strange. Like people are really just going to work, coming back home. They're not going out.
Okay.
People don't like.
You
go
mean
out for
not in the
dinner.
red card buying drugs and calling a
For
builder?
25 lakhs, calling a builder.
Big difference between being single mid-20s, being single mid-30s.
See, the thing is, I've never been single in my life. Since the age of 13, in the 7th grade,
7th grade.
till now, like last year, I've always been in a relationship. It was the first time I'm actually single. And it's amazing, you have a lot of time for yourself. And yeah.
Are you mingling? Does the fame help? Like it helps at our level. So I can't even imagine it.
Am I mingling as in I'm taking advantage of?
Not taking advantage. Are you meeting?
But you should. I mean,
I'm
what's the
not.
point of it?
What's the point of being single?
The thing is, I'm not meeting anybody. You know, the only people you meet are the film industry people, and eventually the only people you start talking to are actresses. You know.
Aren't you tired of dating actresses?
No, not that. You can never be tired of dating actresses. But I'm not meeting people, you know, and I feel that, you know, I should. You know, I've been told there are like quite a few people who use my picture on Tinder, so I should come on Tinder, right? It's double jeopardy, so.
Not
Just
By the
come
way,
on it.
now
Don't come on
they've
Tinder.
started verifying.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
on Tinder.
Yeah.
But
You
how
can
do they
have a
know?
verified
You
profile.
can get a verified.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, when I went through a breakup, I used to listen to Channa Mereya. How the fuck do you deal with sadness?
When
Listening to
shit has
Channa
a picture.
Mereya.
Listen to
I don't listen, I perform to Channa Mereya.
दिमाग में यही चल रहा है तेरा चेहरा होके. Oh man, do you think people are nice to you because you're famous? Is that ever worry that you're surrounding yourself with yes men?
Of course, but the thing is that I'm not a people person, so I don't really meet a lot of people. I'm quite isolated in my life. I have a bunch of friends who I'm always hanging out with, so I'm not around many people, you know. So I don't have yes men or
Who do you call for no bullshit answers?
Ayan and Katrina. Katrina is quite frank with me.
She doesn't take any of your shit.
Yeah.
Which
I
we
mean-
saw recently when you were speaking over
Yeah.
her in the interview. She's just like, what the fuck is
Just
this
that
guy
some
up
of the
to?
world's
It's
most
apparently called-
spectacular eye rolls.
It's called mansplaining, and apparently BuzzFeed wrote some article which she was very happy about because it was dissing me. But is that true? Does that exist?
Yes.
Mansplaining as a term, as a concept
Concept
exists,
exists.
Okay.
where a man talks down condescendingly to a woman about something very basic.
Which
Okay.
she probably knows.
Which she probably knows, or
much better.
it's assumed that she
Okay,
knows.
so
but
can I explain myself on
Yeah,
this thing?
You can. Yeah, of course.
Okay, this is not called mansplaining, right?
This is. Yeah.
This is
no,
splaining.
not at all.
This is not
Okay.
my-
This is
We're all
So these were the first round of interviews that me and Katrina were doing,
Huh.
and it takes time to kind of get your answers and your rhythm of like what the character is, what the film is. Now when she was talking, I thought she was drifting because she was getting bored at the interview. So I thought, okay, sure, this is a good time for me to take over because I've seen the film, I know the film, I'm the producer of the film. Let me talk about her character, and I came from that intention.
But okay.
But-
Is it fixed?
But
Is Katrina mad? Is the
She,
sorry
no, she was
not
very
working?
happy. You know,
Oh, she was very happy because you were getting.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting.
but
Still mansplaining.
still
though.
mansplaining.
Still mansplaining though.
Oh. This is why you're not on social media, which is fair.
This is a work-related question. Okay. Ranbir, how many times more are you gonna go? How many times do you have to see on screen? Go on a journey of self-fucking
Self-discovery.
discovery
Last.
and find yourself.
This is the last of my coming of age
Schengen
film.
कोई country बचा है जो
I ain't walking out of marriages with bags and like with tears in my eyes. I'm not coming of age in movies. I'm done with it, man. Maybe these were the parts which I connected with all these years, you know, and these were the parts that were
These
offered to me
parts-
which were nice.
Or this
The
is what your
characters.
friends were writing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Pretty much.
basically. Yeah, but I'm done with like this, you know. I mean, I don't need a woman to remind me that my work sucks and I need to find another job. And
script mansplain.
yeah, and I'm not being selfish about like following my dreams and then eventually realizing no, my dream is the woman. I'm done with it.
Actually, that Tamasha में बहुत interesting experience था because I was watching it. I had gone with some friends and true story. Okay, I being very real, I didn't connect with the movie, and there was a guy next to me who was crying. Okay, so I just had that moment of realization. Oh, I already do what I love. So I'm good.
Yeah.
And that guy's like, fuck, I'm an accountant. I didn't want to be here.
Yeah, so I think Tamasha, the intention was to kind of give you a reminder and a warm hug, not to like show, fucker, do what you do, you know. It eventually went there. Yeah, like my dad hasn't seen Tamasha. Like he refuses to see it. When my dad saw Rockstar, he called me after the film and said, वो एंड पे जब नरगिस आती है वो कोमा से निकल के आई है कि वो उसका भूत है, you know. So he doesn't like me doing all these esoteric films. I don't think they're esoteric, but for him, he regards them as esoteric.
Wake Up Sid was also actually good Bombay movie, one of the few good Bombay movies.
Yeah, Mumbai.
Mumbai movies.
Excuse
Wake Up
me.
Sid was one of the few good
Wake Up
Mumbai
Sid was
movies.
definitely a Mumbai
movie.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
My favorite, of course, because totally not biased here, was Rocket Singh.
Rocket Singh.
Yeah,
Because-
Rocket Singh was best.
Yeah.
Because
You must get.
It was
Mr.
one of those.
Sani
It was
Devai.
one of those movies where my parents said, "बाल क्यों कटवाए?"
You were Sardar?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was one of those. देखा कर सकते हो तुम एक तो
Did you,
representative थे
what
हमारे।
did you feel after Rocket Singh when it didn't do
See, the
box
thing is,
office?
Rocket Singh was what, my third or fourth release, and I thought I had a Munna Bhai. Like, I'm going to kill it. So what happened is that year, August, Wake Up Sid released, October was Ajab Prem Ki Gazab Kahani, and December was Rocket Singh. So I thought Wake Up Sid is going to change Indian cinema. Ajab Prem Ki Gazab Kahani is going to be a disaster and my career is going to get screwed. But Rocket Singh is going to come and like change it for me, you know, it's going to be Munna Bhai. And exact things exact opposite things happened. Wake Up Sid did decently well.
Ajab Prem was quite a big
Ajab Prem was a huge hit.
That movie के कारण अभी तक ये भी साला shining in the set दिमाग खराब हो गया.
हमने कितना यूज किया वो स्टेज पे.
God damn it, that doesn't even make
But
sense.
that was old school madcap comedy. Like
Yeah.
he really nailed
Screwball
it.
comedy.
Yeah, so I didn't see that coming, and Rocket Singh, like, people just didn't go. You know, I think people just got fed up by seeing me in August and September, August and October, that they just didn't go to the theatre. I mean, I meet a lot of people who like Rocket Singh, but where the were these people when it released, man?
Yeah. A, two questions. One, is there any movie you were offered, you said no to and you regretted it? B, when your friends come up with shit scripts, how do you say it's shit?
See, to answer the first question, no. I mean, yeah, there are many movies that I regret not doing, but it's unfair talking about it because then I don't want to snatch somebody else's credit because they are part of it. To answer your second question, I have a prototype message typed on my phone.
Let's read it.
I can't because then I'll get caught. But it goes something like, "Hey Tanmay, just finished reading the script. It's unbelievable. I think it's something which is really pushing the boundaries. Unfortunately, because of my predicament and the current scenario of the time that my films are taking, I don't think I'll be able to commit right now. Thank you for the offer, and I look forward to seeing it on the big screen. P.S.
Or in some cases, you get Love Ranjan to call and tell people that you don't want to do it.
ये जो हमने sketch pitch किया था same reply.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why you get Love Ranjan to call us.
हमको phone नहीं किया उसने. For those who don't know, we had pitched a sketch to Ranbir, which all of you must now. If there's any media watching this, please ask him this during Jagga Jasus promotions कि आप AIB के साथ वीडियो कब कर रहे हो क्योंकि उन्होंने pitch किया था एक जो अच्छा भी लगा था and then he didn't do
But
it.
because of his predicament,
Would love to watch it on the small screen at some point.
would love to watch it on a phone.
So that's my prototype message to everybody and anybody.
Tell us worst script you've been. You can't tell worst script.
No, you can't have a worse script.
No, but I can tell you one.
Like hilarious.
This happened to me. I had this director duo were coming to meet me, and I was very excited. It was like probably the second year of my career. I'm not talking about what they were wearing.
Everybody was saying that.
I kept 4 hours in the afternoon. Narration hai, and I'm excited, because they are quite good directors. So they came, said, "How's dad? Very good, very good. You're doing very well in your career. Chalo, let's start." Ordered the green teas and the coffees and biscuits and all, and sat for the narration. He said, "So shuru kare?" I said, "हाँ, shuru karte." They opened the bag. They took out 2 DVDs and said, "ये first half है, ये second half है. देख के बता देना if you want to do it or not." It was as simple as that. Yeah,
really.
That was the narration. That's the weirdest.
Got to appreciate the minimalism and clarity of thought.
Clarity of thought, amazing.
Yeah.
Honest narration.
And that film was
RGK
shit.
shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
We're all thinking of the
That's what I was like. Who else? I didn't know the DVD thing still happened.
Yeah, it happens.
I figured it's very one of those. अच्छा 90s में होता होगा. You hear one of those.
See, now people hide it also to show the cinematographer. अच्छा ये shot ले ले जल्दी फटाफट. Before the actors come. But it happens. I've seen it around.
Who's the director you want to work with?
I want to work with. I'm already working with them, and I want to work with them again. Like Ayan, Hirani, Basu. Even though it takes a lot of time, I don't want to work with them because I really feel like these guys are really amazing at what they do.
By the way, the Dutt photos look. They look great. He gets the look really well. So one of the questions which Ashish wrote this, I have not. He said कि दत्त के लिए कैसे prepare किया बंदूक चलाया.
बंदूक चलाया.
Yeah, see, the look which got leaked and all is great,
Oh yeah, sure, it got leaked.
No, it didn't. It actually got leaked. It really got leaked. The thing is that, people like the look, but which is great because, it's the makeup, hair, it's the superficial part of the movie, but that's not half the battle won because like to play Dutt on screen is quite scary, because he's still so relevant in people's mind, how he talks, how he looks, he's so controversial, he's so loved. So I'm very scared about that film. It's not that I'm very arrogant or very confident. I don't know how I've done.
Are you worried it might be caricature? Like, are you doing the Sanket Bhosle?
No, so we consciously stayed away from that. Like I didn't want to make it a caricature performance. I'm just trying to make it a very real, like how Sanjay Dutt would probably be in the 80s, 90s, and 2000. And people are going to know that it's me playing him. So after the first scene, you have to forget it, and then you have to just follow the person who's playing the part.
इतना कान फटा होगा.
इतना नहीं, इतना फटा है.
कि जब बोला कि कर ये.
No, when Raju sir messaged me like, "Listen, hey Ranbir, I have a film to narrate to you. When can we meet?" My message to him was, "I hope it's not the Sanjay Dutt biopic because somewhere that news was floating." I was like, "You can't make a film on Sanjay Dutt here. Not somebody who's still relevant, who's still alive, who's still doing stuff. Like
But then what was it that attracted you to
I mean,
it, then, about the
Sachin,
story?
Dhoni,
Like,
yeah.
like,
Makes
what
sense.
was...
The story, man. You know, I mean, it's like a science fiction movie. Yaar. How can a person have such a life? It's crazy, you know. I mean, and the good part is that he's not making it a propaganda film. He's very honest about his life. You know, like he's done the wrong things. He's showing you that these are the wrong things I've done, and I'm the product of these wrong things that I've done. And it's very inspiring, you know, to tell a story like that.
Fuck, I hope Raju Rani has a Subhash Ghai moment where in Sanjay Dutt's story, he comes to narrate Munna Bhai and then Munna Bhai is a thing.
Well, there is something like that.
There's really, that's
Yeah, man, but
crazy.
it was very weird because the first time I heard that Raju Rani is making Munna Bhai, Sanjay Dutt biopic, I was like, isko sweet और balloons floating कैसे आएगा? Ting ting ting.
नहीं.
Like it was very weird.
गराज में बंदूक हो सकता है. Ta 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 ta.
It was very strange, man.
उसको रोज देता है वो बंदूक फेंक देता है. Problem solved.
Good morning, Dubai. Like how do you?
Wrong. You guys are going to go to hell.
If you like that, don't forget to check out part 2 of the Ranbir podcast, where he's not going on a journey of self-discovery again. And like, share, comment, and subscribe. Part 2.